Hello and welcome to the Tennessee Star Evening News Update for Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. I'm Michael Patrick Leahy. In the news tonight, Republican leaders in the Tennessee House of Representatives have sent a letter to Governor Bill Leahy asking him to halt the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines in the state of Tennessee to children under the age of 5. The letter, written by State Representative Jason Zachary, was also signed by the entire leadership of the Tennessee House of Representatives, including Speaker of the House Cam Sexton, Majority Leader William Lamberth, and GOP caucus chairman Jeremy Faison. In other news, Butch Ely, the new commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Transportation, announced on Wednesday it's been a terrible year for potholes. And as a result, in one of his first acts as commissioner of the Department of Transportation, he set up a new hotline for drivers to report on those potholes. In Nashville, Mayor John Cooper has declared July 31st to be Ric Flair Day in honor of the 73-year-old 16-time professional wrestling world heavyweight champion. On Sunday night, July 31st, Ric Flair will be part of the main event at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. It's called Ric Flair's Last March. But first, our lead story. No word yet from Governor Bill Leahy. Sources inside the Tennessee National Guard estimate there will be as much as a 10% force reduction resulting from soldiers who are about to be discharged on June 30th due to their refusal to get COVID-19 vaccinations. They're asking Governor Bill Leahy to intervene, but so far he has not commented. We have an exclusive interview with Tennessee National Guard Sergeant First Class Michelle Edwards, who is one of those Guard members asking Governor Leahy to intervene. We'll be back with this and more after these messages.
Williamson County is a unique and wonderful place. We've worked hard to get here. Our success was founded on conservative principles and common sense solutions. Gino Bolso and his wife Kathy chose our community over a quarter century ago for these reasons. Gino wants to represent us in Nashville. A rock-solid conservative, Gino will promote fiscal responsibility, common sense growth, and he will support law enforcement. Vote Gino, State Representative. Paid for by Bolso for State Representative Bob Weatherly, Treasurer.
Welcome back to the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. I'm Michael Patrick Leahy. In our lead story tonight, Governor Bill Leahy is so far not commenting as Tennessee National Guard members are pleading for their jobs. Sources inside the Tennessee National Guard estimate there will be as much as a 10% force reduction resulting from soldiers who are about to be discharged on June 30th due to their refusal to accept a COVID-19 vaccination, and have called on the governor to take action to prevent that from happening. Governor Lee's office, however, has refused to respond after several inquiries have been made by the Tennessee Star. On Wednesday, a person contacted in the governor's office was reached by phone and told us that they would ping the governor's press office for comment, but so far, nothing. In an exclusive reported earlier this week by the Tennessee Star, sources composed of a group of Tennessee National Guard soldiers are calling for Governor Leahy to take immediate action because, quote, his adjutant general is about to discharge hundreds of his National Guard soldiers before the end of the month for not complying with an unlawful order. The Tennessee Star spoke exclusively with one of those Tennessee National Guard soldiers on Thursday, Sergeant First Class Michelle Edwards. Here's what she told us.
Let's talk about this. Let's not go and discharge these soldiers who are fully qualified, who have all this experience, and you're going to discharge them at the end of this month because they did not take the COVID vaccine.
With 1 week left until the June 30th deadline, the clock is ticking. In another story about COVID-19 vaccines, Tennessee's Republican House leaders this week penned a letter to Governor Bill Leahy asking him to halt the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines for children under the age of 5. Quote, the COVID-19 emergency has long passed in Tennessee, State Representative Jason Zachary wrote. Based on the data in the FDA's own 66-page report, there is no concrete basis for amended emergency authorization to vaccinate small children, end quote. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently approved the vaccine for young children. In the letter, it continued, quote, "We ask that you direct the Tennessee Department of Health to halt distribution, promotion, or recommendation of COVID-19 vaccines for our youngest Tennesseans," the letter continued. "We simply cannot recommend injecting an mRNA vaccine into children who have never been at serious risk from death or hospitalization from COVID-19, the letter said. "We do not know the short-term and long-term impact on their development and overall health," the letter continued. It also raised numerous concerns about the vaccine trial for young children. Why did 2/3 of the 4,526 children recruited by the FDA not complete the trial? The letter asked. Was their data thrown out to fit a predetermined conclusion? The letter asked why the data did not show a reduction in severe illness among children who received the vaccine, and why approval was granted when, quote, "the manufacturer's own trial shows zero benefit to children." House Speaker Cameron Sexton, House Majority Leader William Lamberth, and House Republican Caucus Chair Jeremy Faison also signed the letter. Butch Ely has played a number of roles in the administration of Governor Bill Lee. Earlier this month, he moved from his role as head of finance and administration to a new role as commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Transportation, known by most of us as TDOT. As part of the ongoing effort to battle potholes plaguing Tennessee's roadways, TDOT on Wednesday announced a new hotline for drivers to report on those potholes. Quote, "We all know it's been a terrible year for potholes, and here at TDOT, we are always looking for ways to improve our customer service," new Commissioner Ely said. "For the citizens, this hotline will give them another convenient way to report maintenance problems on our interstates and state routes. For TDOT, this centralized way of receiving, processing, and tracking information will enhance our operations," end quote. If you see a pothole and want it fixed, remember you can call 833-836-8349. We'll keep you posted on how many of your calls result in potholes that get fixed by TDOT. Commissioner Butch Ely, we're rooting for you.
Hey y'all, Chief Meteorologist Daphne DeLorme here with the Star News Network. Hey, I just want to pop on here and say hello, say how excited I am about the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. We've been talking about it, it's finally here, and I am just delighted and so grateful to help you plan your day, rain or shine. We are smack dab in the middle of summer, and of course in Middle Tennessee, that means dangerous heat. So I will help you plan your day when it's maybe a little safer to go outside, maybe when you need to plan some indoor activities with the kiddos. And not only that, if you've been in Middle Tennessee for a while, you know this is a severe weather central area. So I love to help you keep your family safe, talk about storms, greatest threats, timeline, all of that. And you can catch all of that here. All right, my friends, I'll see you soon right back here on the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. Wishing you a wonderful day.
We close the Tennessee Star Evening News Update with a fun story. Nashville Mayor John Cooper, in a news conference this week, declared that July 31st is Ric Flair Day in honor of the 73-year-old 16-time World Heavyweight Professional Wrestling Champion and two-time WWE Hall of Famer's last match. On July 31st, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, will enter the ring at Nashville's Municipal Auditorium for the very last time. In honor of the occasion, Mayor Cooper also announced that the property at 500 Wedgwood Avenue for the weekend of July 29th through 31st will be known as the Nashville Flair Grounds, in conjunction with the 3-day professional wrestling fair fest known as StarCast 5. On Saturday, July 31st, Flair, whose professional wrestling career spans 6 decades, will be part of the main event under the banner of the Jim Crockett Promotions for Ric Flair's last match. Quote, the 16-time former world heavyweight champion will don a new custom-made robe and bring the one-of-a-kind showmanship that has made Flair a cultural icon for his over 40 years in the professional wrestling business. This according to the statement released by the promoter of the event. And here's what Ric Flair had to say. I'm going to walk that aisle one last time to prove once and for all that to be the man, you've got to beat the man. Under the banner of Crockett Promotions, Ric Flair's last match will be produced by Thuzio, a Triller company, and will be streaming worldwide exclusively on the channel FITE. While Nashville Mayor John Cooper is a Democrat, Flair has a history of supporting Republican candidates and causes. He supported Mike Huckabee in the 2008 presidential election, endorsed Ted Cruz during the 2016 Republican primaries, and recently served on a host committee for a fundraiser in support of his friend, 2022 Georgia Republican U.S. Senate nominee Herschel Walker. Former President Donald Trump headlined that fundraising event, which was held at Mar-a-Lago in Florida in December of 2021. Sports legends Tom Glavine and Doug Flutie were also on the host committee. That's the Tennessee Star Evening News Update for Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. I'm Michael Patrick Leahy. I'll see you on the radio tomorrow morning on Talk Radio 98.3 and 1510 WLAC from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Have a great day.